Look at my little... No. Welcome to today's video. Today, as you can tell, I have my shirt on, my little pumpkin shirt. I actually got this at Goodwill in the kids section. I have my little Halloween shirt. Cute. Today's video, we're doing my fall TBR. We're gonna fill these shelves. As you can tell, I'm in a new space. Yeah, if you guys are interested, let me know if you want an apartment tour. Look, I already started doing fall decor because look at this. It's one little pumpkin. Look at him. My dad gave it to me. This is the first fall decoration that I have. And it's going right here. For these two shelves, I want to put like my seasonal TBR here. So I'm gonna put like the fall stuff here. And then all of the books that I have read in this big shelf. So these are the books. Well, I organize everything. I'm gonna put some music on. Coffee shop ambiance. Look. I'm literally 24/7 I'm listening to these. Or my favorite one you guys should definitely listen to is I don't remember the exact name, it's Jazz Nights or whatever. They always go live and I literally love their music. Let's do my TBR cart now. A lot more books in this cart because we do need transitional books. What I mean is like they're not exactly summer books and they're not exactly fall books. They're like in between. I feel like it's good to have some of those books in order to like transition the next season. We have A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. The beloved American classic about a young girl's coming of age at the turn of the 20th century. I heard really good things about this, so I'm like really curious. And the cover is so cute. And Tangle Up Anew by Christina Lauren. And I feel like this one's a good in-between. Hopefully it is. It's a novel love story by Ashley Wilson. Stephen King. I've been trying to get into this one. Fairy Tale by Stephen King. Or listen to the audiobook. I landed on page 206. Stephen King, Misery. I feel like this one's a really good one. I feel like this is a good transition book from fall to winter. I feel like we should still do it. Put it in my TBR just in case what I'm feeling back. And then this one is definitely giving fall. This one's One Dark Window. I tried to read this last year and I did not finish it. I pretended witch, and then there's like a house with like full of, they're like little kids with witches, and I guess they want the main character to teach them how to be a witch or whatever. And then we have the love interest, he's like a grumpy librarian. And then Butcher and Blackbird, the viral friends to lovers dark romantic comedy full of murder, chaos, and sizzling chemistry. And then Lovely War. Oh my god, I heard so many good things about this, and this is a young adult. The writing looks advanced to be young adult, but this is actually a historical fiction. I heard really good things, and I actually can't wait to read this. I think this is gonna be a 5-star prediction, but we'll see. We have The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is my first Faye read. I don't know much about this book, but I heard really good things. I have another Stephen King book. It's called Billy Summers. I heard really good things. I actually got this from a little library. I do have a video on that if you guys are interested. And let's see what's on the other side. We have The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. This one's like a murder mystery, and I'm very curious. I got this like a while ago actually, and I should read it soon. Evelyn Hardcastle will be murdered at 11 p.m. There are 8 days, 8 witnesses for you to inhabit. We will only let you escape once you tell us the name of the killer. At the beginning of each day, you're following Aiden into another body of each day, or 8 witnesses of the murder of Evelyn Hardcastle. And I think it's just like so interesting. The Mundanes by Alex Michaelides. I love Alex Michaelides. I read 2 of his other books and I just love his writing, and I'm super excited. Like literally The Silent Patient was jaw-dropping, and The Fury, it was good. So, and handsome and charismatic Greek tragedy professor at Cambridge University. He is adored by staff and students alike, particularly by the members of the secret society of female students known as the Mundanes. Her niece Zoe got murdered in Cambridge, and she is going to be a student in that university to find out what is going on. We have another book called Never Let Me Go. I believe this is a movie, but I think this is like mixed with sci-fi dystopian. I kind of want to go into blind with this book, so I have no idea what this book is about. Like, total fall vibes. It is How to Sell a Haunted House. My mom bought it for me at Target. total fall vibes. I guess Louise finds out that her parents are dead. She dreads going home. She doesn't want to leave her daughter with her ex and fly to Charleston. But most of all, she doesn't want to deal with her brother Mark, who never left their hometown, gets fired for one job after another. Unfortunately, she'll need his help to get the house ready for sale, but it'll take more than some new paint on the walls and but some houses don't want to be sold, and Louise and Mark's home has other plans for both of them. So, My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. It's becoming my new favorite author. I love Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and that was my first book that I read from her, but I actually found this on Half Price Books. It's literally a whole volume of all of her books in one. We have Rebecca, Jamaican Inn, Frenchman's Creek, and My Cousin's Rachel. Both of those things, poetic, beautiful writing with haunting writing mixing together into one book, and I came with this beautiful masterpiece, and I was like, what? I've never read anything like that, and I know why it's famous for a reason, because who else writes that other than Daphne du Maurier? So I got my hands on every single book that she ever written, and including I found at Barnes & Noble's. This is Don't Look at Me. It's literally like little short stories. Like, look at this selection. Can't wait for to read all of these, but these are definitely going to be on my fall TBR. But this one has been popular for so long. It is called A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Literally everyone and their mom is telling me to read this book, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait until fall. You're gonna want to buy the whole series, and I'm like, we'll see about that, we'll see. Then the next book I have is called The Lightlark. Every 100 years, the island of Lightlark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. I follow her on TikTok, and she's like always promoting her books and like these little scenes of her books, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to read this book already. Like, publishing, I think, her 3rd book already, and I'm like, I need to get to it. I need to start reading this series already, and the covers are like so beautiful. This is called The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. I think this is on a Netflix film, but I'm like really curious. And even Stephen King himself literally wrote a whole blurb about this book, and like, that's how you know the book is kind of good, because if Stephen King wrote a blurb, it says The Woman in the Window is one of those rare books that really is unputdownable. The writing is smooth and often remarkable. The way Finn plays off this totally original story against a background of film in both delightful and chilling. And he's recommending this book. That says something about this book, and I'm really curious. Anna Fox lives alone in her New York home, and she spends her days drinking wine, maybe too much, watching old movies, recalling happier times and spying on her neighbors. Then the Russells move into the house across the way, a father, a mother, their teenager son, the perfect family. Glazing out her window one night, sees something she shouldn't. Her world begins to crumble, and its shocking secrets are laid bare. What is real, what is imagined, who is in danger, and who is in control? This gripping thriller, no one and nothing but it seems. So, Touch of Malance by Sarah Sinclair. I read the first 2 books, A Touch of Darkness and A Touch of Ruin. It is basically a Hades and Persephone's retelling, reimagining of their story, and it's like literally a dark romance, Greek mythology obviously, and her take on their little story. I fell in love with it. It was literally my first 5-star read of when I started my reading journey, but they're very spicy, so beware of that. So The House of the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, and look at these sprayed edges. Like, magical realism and like anything magical, I feel like it's good for fall. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I haven't read the Caraval series. Some people say you should read the Caraval series first. Some people say you should just start it anyways. I did start reading the Caraval series when I was sitting at Barnes, and I couldn't really get into it, but I'm very curious about this story though. Evelyn Fox has believed in true love and happy endings until she learns that the love of her life will marry another. Evelyn strikes a deal with the charismatic, immortal Prince of Hearts, but she soon discovers that bargaining with the Prince of Hearts is a dangerous game. And then the greatest happily ever after, or the most exquisite tragedy. It's not that much. I could have had more. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm like overthinking it. This is what it looks like so far. But I need more fall books in order to fill this shelf. I know it looks uneven, but that's all I got. So let's just go on with the tour. So these are like my transitional reads. It's not summer, it's not fall, but it's like in between. The Ocean at the End of the Lane. He wrote Coraline, and that is absolutely my favorite movie. And I do have the book. I have In 5 Years. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. Never Let Me Go, Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren, and then The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, a novel love story by Ashley Poston. We have Daphne Demir's collection in one book. Oh, so this one's like my little classics area. Little Women, and then The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and Breakfast at Tiffany's. Breakfast at Tiffany's is another of my favorite movies, so I had to get the book. So we have Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Don't Look Now by Daphne Demir, and My Cousin Rachel by Daphne Demir. The Book of Doors, Garrett Brown. I'm really interested in that one. I have 56 Days. This is a thriller. I got it from the Little Library book. And then Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, Belladonna by Adeline Grace, Reckless by Lauren Roberts. And then we have more of the paperbacks. We have Twilight, obviously, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, The Mundanes by Alex Michaelides, like How to Sell a Haunted House, Ninth House by Leah Bardugo. This one, I think this is a dark academia. I heard really good reviews, and I did find it on Goodwill. And then we have down here Billy Summers by Stephen King. This is the smaller version. It's the mass paperback. I feel like it was so weird having this tiny book in here, so I just put it slanted this way, but I feel like it fits. I kind of like it. A Good Girl Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. The Netflix series is out now, and I really want to read the books. The Cruel Prince since Ignite Me by Tara Mafi. This is book 3, but the Shadow Me series. I love that dystopian little series, and I still need to continue the series. So and then we have Bones and All. There is a movie about this, The Nightingale by Christina Hanna. I heard so much good things about this book. It's like at a war and people cried, and I needed to start reading this. It's in One Dark Window. I have all of the Harry Potter books down here. I put the little pumpkin here. And then lastly we have Mary by Nat Cassidy. The cover is gorgeous. I didn't mention this, but this is like a little horror. Oh, that is my fall TBR. That is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.